Good morning, Barons. On today's episode, we meet a fresh new Baron.
Mitchell does something.
And a spotlight on Young Club.
I'm Abby Hopkins.
And I'm Jay Zimmer.
And you're watching BCC TV.
Alright, Abby, it's been an eventful past few days, so let's get to it.
In Las Vegas, at 1 a.m. on Monday morning, the deadliest mass shooting in modern U.S. history took place. About 530 people are recovering from gunshot wounds and stampede injuries. The death toll has reached 59, but could still increase.
It's been almost 2 weeks since Hurricane Maria hit Puerto Rico, and the United States government is still having a difficult time sending help over to the territory. President Trump said the challenge is that Puerto Rico is surrounded by big water, but he visited Puerto Rico this week, helping to pass out important supplies. Citizens still need water, food, toiletries, and care products, and you can donate here.
On Monday, Tom Petty, the frontman of the Heartbreakers, suffered from cardiac arrest, leading to his death. He leaves behind a legacy of infamous rock music that earned him a place in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Over his career, Petty sold more than 80 million records, making him one of the best-selling music artists of all time.
The annual Taste of Bethesda event is upon us. Come on down tomorrow and check out Bethesda's rich foodie culture, such as overpriced custom pizzas and coffee from all 4 of our local Starbuckses.
The Smithsonian American Art Museum is hosting an event to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month on October 7th. Be there to dance in the courtyard, create crafts, and participate in a museum-wide scavenger hunt. In
BCC News, you can help Afghan children this week by donating school supplies to Teach for Afghanistan. Anything from pencil sets to protractors is greatly appreciated.
Drop off supplies or see a list of suggestions at the collection bin outside the cafeteria. The donation deadline is Friday, October 13th.
A new MyNCPS Helper app is out, which helps you calculate your grades before they are officially entered into the system. Download it today and see if you can afford to perpetually refresh Twitter instead of doing those test corrections. This week it was announced that prom would fall on May 11th and, like last year, be held at the Fillmore in Silver Spring.
The after party will be across the street at Dave & Buster's.
You've heard of the Elf on the Shelf, but have you heard of Gilmore at the Fillmore?
A good promposal is like fine art.
What do you know about art, Abby?
Excuse me? Do you see how IB I am?
Well,
What's your way of knowing?
My way of knowing is whatever Mitchell has to say.
Modern art. The only thing that's easy to hate on as modern art is Guy Fieri. And you can make as much fun of Guy Fieri as you want, but you could never do what he does. However, was modern art the same? Do I have million-dollar potential inside of me? We've all seen ridiculous news articles of an artist who put a brown leaf on a canvas and sold it to a crazy bajillionaire for $800, $700, $1,100 million. If they can do it, why can't I? This is not an ignorant thing to say. This is my life. Phase 1 was research. What made a modern art? What made an art modern? How could I make as much money as possible with the least effort possible? This painting sold for $43.8 million, and it's blue. Well, blue's a pretty dope color, I guess, but this guy doesn't get it. Look at him, what a goof! This one sold for a solid $70 million. I mean, it looks like it took a little more time. Kinda looks like it would be found in an asylum, but I'm still not feeling it. These got me thinking, are these paintings artistically special, or is modern art just luck? None of this art is modern enough for me. None of it.
Was this painting done by a real modern artist, or is it fake? Real. Real? This one?
Real modern art.
That's real? That's fake. That's fake?
Not real.
What about this one? Toddler. What about that one?
That is trash. That's some trash.
That's some trash? Real? This one? Fake. You got literally all of those wrong. Woo! Nice! This was done by a 5-year-old. This was sold for $80 million.
I knew it!
This was done by a 5-year-old. This was sold for $80 million.
A whole day later, and I somehow felt even more confused. If the point of modern art was to make me feel stupid, it had succeeded.
To investigate this phenomena, I decided to visit BCC's most modern artists, the people in the art room. First period. Art. Then it hit me. Art wasn't about being talented, it was about being resourceful. Why did I have to make my own art? I just needed to make money. Hi, do you wanna buy this art for? You're terrible. But I'm an artist. That was my art that I made. You've ruined me.
It had been nearly a week since I had become an artist, and I was still broke. I was feeling dejected, defeated, and I still didn't have $1 trillion.
Mitchell, my friend and classmate.
Oh.
Why are you sad?
Hey, Isaiah. I'm sad because nobody wants to buy my stupid modern art. I thought I was an artist, but I was a failure.
Modern art? You do know that most of those lucrative $1 million deals that we see on TV are just money laundering schemes. Illegal money put into art becomes legal money. Do you think anyone's actually going to pay $80 million for a stupid blue canvas? Have a nice day, my friend and classmate.
Oh. Okay. Back to you, Jay and Abby.
Thanks for the art lesson, Mitch.
Speaking of art, Keith and Grace went over to Yarn Club to check out their pot holders.
So I'm Maya, and I'm one of the co-presidents of Yarn Club. So I'm in charge of leading the direction of the club and making sure that not too many antics happen.
I am the poster master at Yarn Club.
What does that mean?
I make posters. I've made the largest poster, but Joel has made the largest quantity of posters.
So are you saying you're inferior to Joel in his poster abilities?
No, because my poster, my one poster is better than all of his.
This is really bright. I'm the community service director.
What does that entail?
That entails prepping for the Yarn Club hat drive. Right now we're just crocheting and knitting some hats, and then later this year we're gonna start taking donations from students at the school.
Well, if I'm being totally honest, my roles are few and far between. Sometimes people ask me for help, but honestly the majority of the time we're sitting fooling around in this club. So it's not, you know, high pressure or anything like that. But if you do want to make a hat for the homeless, we would love it.
Do you have any closing words for us?
Yeah, I'd say get lit, learn to knit.
Alright, now get out.
Come out and join Yarn Club and support a great cause.
We have a new student that joined the Barron family. He came from Puerto Rico and his experiences are worth hearing about.
Let's check out a profile on Ricky Moreno.
Hi, my name is Ricardo Marrero, or as y'all probably know me as Ricky. I'm 14 years old, and yes, I come from Puerto Rico. Me and my sisters, who are 12 and 9, the three of us were fortunate enough to be able to fly out before the hurricane hit, just about 12-16 hours before. Unfortunately, the big hit for us, the price we had to pay was that our parents, both being doctors, had to stay. They had to stay on the island to help support with medical supplies and medical health. We kept on seeing in the news how in the reactions of the people, we saw the flooded streets, and we're just devastated. We didn't know how our family was, we didn't know how our friends were, we didn't know if the house was flooded, we didn't know if our school was okay. There was no communication because of the hurricane. All of the cell towers were destroyed. And we wanted to go back as soon as possible. We want to see if our families, our friends, we want to see if they're okay. But there was no communication. The airport started destroyed, no radars, no planes coming in and out. There's nothing we could do. After a lot of hope, a lot of prayers, after everything we did, finally, our parents were able to send us a message saying they were okay. This lifted our spirits enormously. We were so happy to see that they were okay. But even though we know they're okay, we don't know if the house is flooded, we don't know if our school is blown to pieces. We don't know. We're planning on going back as soon as possible because now the only things coming in and out are military planes and private planes. We're just hoping that soon enough the island that we live in, our beautiful island, can go back to the way it was. So if you find a local charity, or if you want to donate to the Red Cross to help us, please do. Do it for our families, for our friends, for us as Puerto Ricans.
Hi, I'm Camilo. Click here to donate food, here for supplies, and on my face to donate money. Thank you.
If you can, donate to those in need and keep those affected by natural disasters in your thoughts.
Now let's pass it on over to Maya and see what's been going on with Barron Sports this week.
What's up, Barons? I'm back with another crazy week of sports. On Tuesday, our cross-country team went up against our Bethesda rivals, Whitman and Churchill. The girls beat Whitman, but fell to Churchill. The boys also won against Whitman, and they beat Churchill as well. On Monday, our soccer program blew away Wheaton, with the boys finishing 1-0 and the girls 7-0. Our girls soccer team also beat Churchill 2-0 on Wednesday, adding on to their undefeated season. Congratulations, ladies, on being the #1 team in the state. Keep up the great work on the road to states. Shout out to Coach Kurtz for being recognized as Coach of the Month. On Monday, our girls tennis served Blair, beating them 5-2. In field hockey news, the girls destroyed Gaithersburg on Tuesday, beating them 7-0. Our girls volleyball has been spiking the competition, and they added on to their success by crushing the Wheaton Knights 3-0. Great job, girls. Last week, our football team had a hard-fought loss against the Churchill Bulldogs, falling 34-13. But they played WJ tonight, so make sure everyone comes out to support our Barons. That's all I have for Barron Sports this week. Back to you, Jay and Abby.
Thanks for the update, Maya. Well, that's all for this week, Barons. Check back in next Friday for more news, updates, and humor.
Keep those standards high, BCC.
And keep the musicallys in the hallway low.
I'm Abby Hopkins.
And I'm Jay Zimmer.
And we're signing off.
News: the girls destroyed Gaithersburg on Tuesday, beating them 7-0. Our